And just to follow on the general news, what I have in mind is that we are going to have a focus on the roadmap, the global roadmap of Sylva, and we have a proposal to before going in a technical roadmap, just be aligned on the main use cases. So I've launched a survey to the board of Sylva, and we will share the results during this call. And I propose to manage this topic at the end of this call to not override all the working group. So we will have time at the end of this TSC to manage this topic. And I think it's important at the beginning of the year to be aligned on the different use cases we want to handle during the next semesters. Okay. Is there any other general news someone wants to share to this board? No? Okay.
Just a question, maybe Guillaume, if you don't mind. Is there in Mobile World Congress some Sylva specific booth or topic or talk?
Yeah, I will park your question to the adoption work group. I think.
Perfect.
Yeah. So we will see in the work group 5 just after. I think it's an important topic. Thank you, François. Okay, so the first point is concerning the directed fund. So we have no information to share because during the last TSC we already shared some information, and the next governing board is the 11th of Jan. So I think this is the date, and now I've written. I've not checked I have this date in mind, but I think the next one is soon.
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. So yes, very relevant. Okay. Is there any governance topic? I see one. We had a fresh evolution on the members of Sylva on Telecom Italia side. So Carlo, if you can.
Yes, we had a change because Giuseppe Ferrari, as you know, left our companies, and so I become the co-chair of the TSC as alternate representative. We put Alessandro Capello, that is one of the main contributors in Sylva and one of the committers for Work Group 1.
Okay, thank you. And coming back to the agenda, before giving the floor to Matthew, I forget to welcome our external participants, external of the board. So we've got Suzy, Nearby Computing, Canonical. Did I miss some other entities? UbiCube and Equinix. Sorry. I've got a scroller to manage. Did I miss some entities? And Linux Foundation, of course. Okay. So Matthew.
Hello, everyone.
What's going on the Work Group 1?
A lot of things are going on. As you know, we keep the target of delivering the V1 for end of the month, so we have a lot to do. We made some decisions, some technical decisions recently. One is about Rancher. We bumped to Rancher 2.8 in the middle of December, but we had some instability with it, and it is tagged as unstable, so it's quite normal. But so we decided to get back to 2.7 version of Rancher, but it means also that we won't be able to support Kubernetes 1.27 and 1.28 soon. because Rancher 2.8 is the only version that support those newer version of Kubernetes. So we stick to that for the moment, Rancher 2.7 and Kubernetes 1.26 as the latest version we would support in Sylva. We are discussing with Suzy and Rancher about the issue we are having and when we will be able to update Rancher and Kubernetes. Concerning the GitOps workflow, we started to work on a specific operator for managing the lifecycle of workload clusters. We decided to deliver something as tech preview for V1, but stick to the way we was managing in previous version the lifecycle of workload clusters and even the management cluster because it need adopting the GitOps workflow entirely needs more consideration, more discussions. So we will stick to the standard way we've been using so far to manage the clusters. And of course, a lot of things are going on. A lot of merge requests are under review concerning the security, the monitoring for the CI also. The adoption of OpenSUSE Deep in addition to Ubuntu is ongoing. So everything is aligned for having something end of January, and the dev team is aware of this deadline and is working hard to deliver something at end of January. And that's all for me.
Yeah, thank you, Matthew. Any question to Matthew and the dev team? Part of the dev team is also on the bridge. No? Okay, many thanks. And now we're going to switch to the validation center. Luis?
Okay, for the validation track, the progress in this, well, during Christmas period was that we completed the proof of concept on automation. So we were able to create a centralized portal to register a validation platform, and from there deploy in this validation, well, configure the platform, deploy a network function, a CNF, and demonstrate or run some scripts to confirm that it was deployed. So this is successful, and now we have to see how we can move this forward just to incorporate it in the process and start registering other platforms. But the positive thing is that the proof of concept of automation has been completed and is successful. On the rest, we are still progressing with the active validations. The Nokia UDM, we will be one more week, and if not, we will stop it because we have already some lessons learned, and we will start validating other network functions. And this is all what we are doing. The next things that we will be doing is continue validating the network functions in the backlog, add in the backlog the network function that we use for the automation and also validate it officially, and start preparing the lessons learned to share with the community in the validation group what we have learned from the automation validation, just to start incorporating it in other platforms. And that's all. There's nothing relevant to share, and there's nothing to decide at this point.
And I don't know for the other members, but maybe when you will be able to share a little demo, including in this TSC, I don't know, a 10 minutes demo concerning the automation of the validation process. If it's something feasible, I think it will be relevant for all.
Okay, we will do so. We'll have to prepare something, but we will present something. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Concerning any questions to Luis and the validation center work group or proposal, and one from François.
Yeah, it's me again. I have two questions for you, Luis. One is related to the work group 2. Is about is there a way to find all the workloads and workload vendor you are targeting to validate on top of the Sylva stack?
Yes, we have a backlog. We have in the GitLab, we have in a specific area with the backlog, and it's a table. I think, yeah, this is the table where we can see what is being validated or has been completed validating, and actually the validation report for each one of them.
Oh,
Yes.
cool. Okay, thank you. Thank you. And the second question is about the initiative you are managing about having a new software CAS vendor, a new software CAS. Is the right time to share some status about it?
Do you mean the flavors?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not part of the validation. This is part of the TSC in general. It's part of the
Correct.
Sylva in general. The status is that we approved in the last TSC meeting opening the process, and we are waiting for anyone that wants to promote or propose as a new flavor to start discussing what is needed for, or if it's approved or not, to add it as a new flavor and start working on that new work stream.
It's an ask for discussion. I was thinking you writing a document with some prerequisite or some guideline on how to contribute, but no, it will be more discussions and exchange.
Yes. So once we have approved that the process is open and we have defined the basics, and this was published in the last TSC.
Yep.
So there we indicate what are the requirements to whoever wants to be the sponsor. Sponsor meaning the promoter of a new flavor. In order to have this new flavor, we have to create a new working group for that specific flavor. So someone has to propose it, and we have to discuss it in this TSC and approve or not having this new working group.
Okay. I will wish you with Ivan also, and we can start the talk. We internally had some meetings to think about how we can help you in this initiative, adopting a new flavor of CAS, and we have some ideas to share with you. And okay, I was thinking it will be some kind of tender or new documents, but okay, we will ask you for a meeting. Thank you.
Okay.
Any other question to work group 2? No? Okay, thank you, Luis. Concerning the work group 3.
Hey, hello. Okay, so we already had two meetings since the beginning of the year. Previously, we had reviewed the EUCS requirements covered and what Sylva features have we drafted until now. We also had a little sharing session between ourselves on some Linux Foundation courses related to security design and implementation, which we find them quite useful from a design and development point of view. And the plan is to continue with the remaining sections on the USCS, basically to filter them, the ones which are relevant for Sylva as a product and which of them are not. And as a sharing, I would like to have a call for the for contributors to this working group, because currently we are around 3 or 4 people which are meeting once a week to perform this exercise. And what we have realized is that ever since the beginning of the working group, the activity has been managed in a best effort way, and it still is in this way. And in order to speed up the adoption and also the certification of the USCS, we would need more people to contribute. So if you can pass on this message inside your organization to people, that would be really great. And yeah, no decisions are needed at this stage for the working group.
So before asking questions to Mihai, is there any potential contributor or interested company to support this working group? Not yet. Okay. And Mihai, is there also in your next step, is there a possibility to share publicly also the work that has been done?
Yeah, I'll put as a next step to make the documentation available to everybody and not have it restricted, and find some way to share it. Probably I will include in the Git page a section where the documents could be easily accessible.
Okay. And for the TSC, I was with a new potential partner dedicated on security, which was interested in the output of this work group. So this is why.
That's good news.
I think it's important to have it publicly now. It will be more convenient to collaborate.
Okay, we'll do that. Thank you, Guillaume.
Thank you. Any question to Mihai and the security requirements? No? Okay. Next working group, it's focused now on sustainability and not only on energy efficiency. I don't know if Sundara is around the bridge. No, Sundara is not here. Is there any participant of the workshop this morning around the bridge?
Yes, I participated to the meeting this morning. We had an interesting presentation from Dell, a presentation demo about the usage of different tools to extract information on energy consumptions from server integrated with Cluster API and Metal Cube to collect this information on clusters deployed with Cluster API and Metal Cube. And I think it was very interesting, and they should distribute a recorded video for this presentation that has been done during the last KubeCon USA in September. This was the main topic of today's meeting on Workgroup 4.
Okay. Thank you, Carlo, for this feedback. Any other feedback on this? Okay. And on Orange side, we have to organize to see how we can share in open source way, as we already discussed our decision to share the way we can monitor manufacturing process CO2 emissions. Because as we shared during last TSC, it's an important topic for the operators to decrease the CO2 emissions, not only on energy consumption, but also on the manufacturing process. So it was for Workgroup 4. Okay, on Workgroup 5, I have some elements, but I see that Nicolas is here also, and Naomi. So, and François has a question, as a topic, as mentioned, a topic on this section. So, how do you want to proceed? Who want to start?
Maybe you can share the elements you have, Guillaume, and then I will complement with the actuality, the news.
The first one concerning adoption is that I see different participants of Nokia around the bridge. There's a big research initiative which is 6G SNS and 6G AA. Who is leading some research project to host and to make to ensure the evolution of 6G within Europe. And they ask this consortium asked to arrange and more deeply to Sylva if Sylva can be a cloud solution for future proof of concept to host the evolution of network functions on the mobile network. So I think definitely it's a good opportunity for Sylva to participate to that kind of project. So it's a first topic. We are currently meeting different partners of this ecosystem to build some proposition, and I think it's important. So there are different partners around this table. So don't hesitate to solicit Carlo or I to structure some answer to this different project. They've got an important investment fund associated to this research activity. It was my first topic. I will put this, of course, in the minutes. A second one is the Sylva Dev Day, the 19th of March. So I've got 2 points for this. We discussed with Luis this week, and probably we think that we can definitely open this Sylva Dev Day also to the validation center track, not only the development of the telco cloud stack. And we will see in the detailed agenda how we can involve them, but we see Luis has some ideas. So we'll share when it will be sufficiently mature. Another topic concerning this Sylva Dev Day, it's just a first roundtable. Is there some partners who have in mind to participate or they don't know? Don't hesitate to say a small chat in the teams to mention if you have in mind to participate with 1-2 participants. We have in mind how many participants in a range. Could be around between 20 and 30 range participants, but it's important to integrate all the different partners. So if you can put in the chat if you don't know, if you think you're coming with 1 or 2 representatives or more. So please use the teams to mention this evaluation. The aim is just because we are managing the logistic with Nicolas, and you can find the right size of the room.
Size of the rooms, and we need to feed people. So we need an estimation. But
can I suggest that we maybe create a Google form or something like that and submit it to the members of the TSC so they have time to think how many people they might be bringing, and then also we'll have a record of that outside of Teams.
Yeah, I think that would be a great idea. And I'm thinking also, usually before going to a meeting, I like to know the agenda. So I would suggest first draft the agenda with work group 1 and 2, and then submit this kind of survey, so people will be more inclined to answer positively.
Even if it's a draft of agenda, it can be useful to have a menu to justify the travel. Okay. So we'll manage like this. Okay.
So there will be no online option for the Dev Day.
It was not the plan because it was the objective to meet together. It was one of the key objectives. But I'm pretty sure that many Ericsson's experts will also participate to the KubeCon, for example.
And just a personal comment: when people remotely attend an event, a live event, a face-to-face event, it's very difficult to follow what's going on in the room. And I'm not sure we have room specifically equipped for this kind of, digital mix of physical and digital participation. So if you have, say, one person with a laptop capturing the sound of the whole room, it will not really work. So I would stick to face-to-face meeting.
And we will have some plenary and dedicated small room. So yes, that's very convenient to switch on a digital meeting. Okay, so that's it for this Sylva Dev Day event. And yes, François.
I'm definitely very verbal. Is there some flyer describing these dev days? I was chatting with Ivan. Is it just to meet and to connect and to think about the future, or is it to do some coding and some hackathon?
So exactly, it was also, I think, part of the point of Nicolas. So we are going to detail the agenda, but the aim of this Dev Day is not an introduction to the Sylva community. It is also we will have also some session with deep technical topics and to I don't know if we are going to code, but we are going to share some very technical elements and some code. We are not going to produce a lot of code, but we will interact on very specific topic about the Sylva stack and also on the workgroup 2, for example. I don't know the detailed agenda, but perhaps on the testing, what are the testing process is used and how we can go. The main topic is how we can progress on the different elements and to discuss about the different options we can consider.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay.
And no, it's me again. And are those technical topics already known and shared?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, we have in mind, we have not the complete list, but we have in mind some topics. So it's part of the agenda to list the topic because we have in mind to have a specific room per topic on the day. So I think it's important to list it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Are you trying to shut up now?
No, because the next topic was introduced by you. I think the adoption is the Mobile World Congress. So the question raised to the community, and it's a good proposal from your side, is there any companies that have in mind to speak about Sylva during the Mobile World Congress if they want to share? And is our TSC can support TSC, but also the Linux Foundation can support those initiatives. So if some partners have,
and it would be nice to have a coordination by the work group 5, so we can even communicate. Okay, you can, because we have for instance, we have a Sylva account on LinkedIn, so we could communicate. Okay, you can meet Sylva on, I don't know, Telecom Italia booth, Orange booth, and so on and so forth, and have a list of places where there will be Sylva presentations or representative. So we could communicate on that. So I would say maybe to connect that, the idea would be to connect with Workgroup 5 and identify which company intends to promote Sylva or represent Sylva on its booth during the Mobile World Congress. I think Andre and the Workgroup 5 can be the contact point for listing all the companies. Around this bridge, are there any companies thinking about doing representing Sylva during the Mobile World Congress? I'm sorry, the sound quality is not good. I don't hear very well.
I've been in touch with one of our partner who is studying the question, but I think they have not finalized yet their proposal. But
okay. So anyway, the request from Workgroup 5 would be to get in touch with us so we can synchronize and maybe not coordinate, but at least be able to communicate on the points of presence, let's say.
And I think the comment is totally applicable also. Okay, so we've got nearby. Thanks, David. And the comment is totally applicable also for the KubeCon. And for the KubeCon, yes, we have already some partners who are interested, 2 or 3 partners who will have a Sylva corner during the event. So where we can support and we can actively support some community developer and so on can also help some partners to present the project, for example. Okay, so thank you, David, also for your proposal. Okay, is there any other topic concerning adoption?
Not that I can think of. So.
Okay. I'm checking. I am waiting for one of the Sylva partner who wants to have a press release about the last Plugfest concerning Oran. I have not. So we will have a publication next week. So I think I cannot disclose the name here because they did not told me to share to you, but definitely I will share the information as soon as I can to André and to the Workgroup 5 if the LinkedIn, the Sylva LinkedIn can share also this information to promote this Plugfest which use the Sylva stack to support an Open RAN DU, which is a quite important use case we are targeting.
Very good idea.
And any other question or proposal on this communication and adoption work group? No? Okay, thank you. I will update the minutes with different information shared together. And yes, I have a topic on my side, so we have not thought before. André proposed to add an item on the validation center in the public website. So I hope Naomi you were in the loop of this mail. So I don't know if it's something we can consider. But
I don't remember getting an email about this though. Did I miss something?
Maybe no, it was just Luis. It was maybe the next step was to involve you. So maybe we were on the Workgroup 2 feedback.
Okay. Yeah. All you need to do when you have anything to add to the website, just email it to me. And I'm happy to work with the web team to get that added.
Yes, I have this in mind, so I've omit one step. So Luis, I don't know if you.
But you mean the link, right? Because the contents is dynamic; it changes every week. Is the link?
Yeah, but no. I think you had a proposal from André on this part.
Yes, but my question is the link what we are adding or the image?
No, it's not so dynamic as we have here, but probably we should have. I don't know. It's one a quarter or twice a quarter an update on this list, but with a proper logo, with more marketing approach of our backlog, not of our backlog, of validated network functions.
Okay.
So if you think the proposal is okay,
yes,
give a feedback to André, and we will involve Naomi on this topic. Okay, and our last topic is concerning a focus. So we proposed during our TSC preparation to refine our roadmap, and we propose and I propose to do it by use cases. So I've initialized a first list of use cases, and I asked to the board if they have in mind to add some other use cases or if some are not relevant at all. And we send this survey to the members of the board. So I can share to you the results, and we can see what we can decide with these results. So, and by the way, Naomi, I used this tool if on other projects you have such tool to manage a ranking of priority. If you have a better idea of tools, don't hesitate to push me, because here I use like a shareware solution. So I'm totally open to use it. So we have almost the different members of the board who participated to this survey, and the different use cases that have been ranked. We see that the Open RAN is really ahead of this survey. So I think it's important to be aligned on these use cases that brings some requirements. And then we have pass for CNF, Cloud Native Network Function Lifecycle Management, Edge VR with a support of GPU, Network as a Service, including Camara API, IT Convergence, which require application isolation, Edge Federation, NAN Automation, load balancing from private cloud to public cloud. So here it means the hybrid cloud orchestration, SD-WAN, and Edge Autonomous Driving. So this is the list. And following this, I had a feedback from Telecom Italia, and I think it's a relevant feedback. So I can share to you, and Carlo, please complete. Is that for the time being, the first use cases is quite explicit. We know exactly what to do with CU, DU, Open RAN, because we already managed on some tests and so on. For some use cases, not so clear what is covered by this point. And we see that we have some tight results. So what we can propose is that for the coming weeks, we stick on these first use cases and to define it in our roadmap. And maybe we can detail a little bit more what is behind these use cases. If we have sometimes, if we need to add an extra or few extra use cases. So first, my first question is, are you aligned with this approach to first consider CU, DU, Open RAN as a priority use cases, and to detail a little bit more the other use cases between considering that we have a clear view on this ranking of priority. I don't know if some members can give feedback. Yes, Carlo.
Yeah, Yes, just to confirm what you just said, I'm the one that didn't vote on the ranking because just from this description, it was not really clear to us what are about some of these use cases and which would be the impact on Sylva for each one of them. So I think it is important to detail much more these use cases, at least with some more word about the description and about the role of Sylva or what has to be implemented in Sylva. If this the purpose of this is to describe the roadmap of the evolution of Sylva during the next year. In addition to this, I know we are late, but we had some internal discussion, and we'd like to add at least another use case to this list before repeating the ranking. And I also agree on the fact that in any case, the ORAN use case is probably the most interesting one, and I think that in any case we should start working on this for the evolution of Sylva.
Okay, thank you, Carlo, for this feedback. Luis?
Yes, I am one of those who did vote. So, and I agree with this, more or less the result is very similar to what I put. So I agree Open Run is the first one, and the others, the support for PaaS and support for GPU, I think is not relevant. But I agree that these are the use cases. We need to understand what is underneath one of these use cases. So what is actually the features that need to be incorporated. So supporting Open Run means supporting PTP or things like that. Specifically, what are the features that are underneath? But I agree with this as the use cases. Yeah.
Okay. And as Carlo to give me this feedback this morning, I've started to work on this. Of course, we can detail a little bit more, but first idea was to detail each use cases. What is the use cases? For example, we talk about CUDU Open Run, so it's really to support the CNF. And what the underneath technical requirements. So here it's real-time OS, PTP, and so PTP best practices, because we are not sure we need to integrate PTP in the stack, but we need to detail how we integrate it with the stack. So something like this, because we have a feedback of our previous test on last Open Run Bugfest. And for example, also on the path for CNF lifecycle management. So I detailed a little bit more service mesh, egress control also, maybe also CNF log and monitoring. So to specify more the technical requirements. So having why we are doing this and the technical requirements, I think it's important. So that's it. So I have another comment, David?
Yeah, just from our side, I understand that this is not the top priority, but as you know, in the context of eGate, with Telefonica Deutsche Telekom and Telecom Italia, we've been working on Edge Federation, and our platform is ready with the initial versions of that. So if that's something interesting, we could take lead on that part and try to do something with the instance that is already running in Telefonica, and maybe one remote one, something similar. So that's just that's a low-hanging fruit for us in that sense, because this is something that is already part of the platform.
Yeah, so we can test the integration with Camera API and also federation solution. I can mention something like this.
Yeah.
Okay. I will update this in the minutes. Okay, thank you, David.
Okay.
And Carlo, if you can introduce the use case you have in mind, I think it's also good, and I will put it also in the minutes.
Yes, the topic about the use case is how to provide a way to implement tenant isolation on a bare metal implementation, avoiding the case where the isolation is done dedicating physical servers to tenants. That is something that we don't want to have because it's too expensive from the resource point of view. So we'd like to propose a use case where we can implement an hard multi-tenancy. I mean, offering to each tenant a separate Kubernetes cluster over a bare metal infrastructure. And from the technical point of view, one possible solution, but I think it has to be investigated, is to make Sylva in Sylva the possibility to support the deployment over KubeVirt or other tools that can implement virtual machines over an existing infrastructural Kubernetes implementation over bare metal. This is a use case that we think could be very useful, and I can add something, a description like the one that you have to the minutes.
Yeah. Thank you. Any question to Carlo? For me, it's very clear, but if you need some clarification. Okay.
I put something on the chat.
Yeah. So also an important topic, which was not explicit, but I think we should be explicit, is that on the 5G core, I did not put 5G core or CDN in this list because we have started to have some validation and so on. Do you think if there are some missing requirements concerning 5G core, CDN, some topic we've already managed, please give it to us because it's very important, because here we are speaking about new use cases we want to handle. Of course, and Matthew will tell me, and he told me regularly, what is important, it's not only the use case, it's also the quality of the stack, the lifecycle management of the overall, which is, I mean, it's the skeleton features, we can say. But here on the on the new use cases we want to manage, just I want that for every members, we are clear that we manage the main requirements for 5G core or CDN. If not the case, please raise it to us. Okay. And then what I propose is for the following step. So I will add the use case of Carlo, and maybe I will launch a wiki page dedicated to the use cases and the technical requirement associated, including 5G core and CDN, which has already been managed, mentioning the technical requirement associated. And then we will launch a new occurrence of this survey. Sorry, so you'll have more information about the exact content of every use cases. So you'll be able to rank it in a proper way. I've just a question to you, Norbert. So it's a very targeted question. I remember that the edge autonomous driving was a proposal from Ericsson, but it was, I think, 2 years ago. So I don't know if it's still use cases you want to target it with Sylva.
Nah, not really, I would say. We were expecting more activity on this, but it looks like that the autonomous driving is progressing quite slowly.
Okay.
And we don't see a current need for this.
Okay.
Also,
So,
the automotive industry is approaching it in a different way than we thought when 5G was introduced. There was a lot of expectations, but now there seem to be more on the track for doing it in an autonomous way.
Okay, so if you're okay, I will delete this one, but it was okay.
Please do.
And so if there are any other, you have a couple of days. If you have any other important use cases, don't hesitate to raise it to Carlo and I, and we will integrate this in the next survey for our next TSC. Okay. Any question? Open question on this survey or on this global TSC? No? Okay, so many thanks to all, and our next TSC, the 24th of January, will be animated by Carlo.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
See you soon.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks all.
Bye.
Thanks all.
Bye-bye.